Hello, everyone, and welcome to our reading today. We are using Winter Embrace and Autumn Delight Oracle. These are from VLoveCrystals on Etsy. These are two different decks put together to make one deck. I am using these today because these are like my two favorite decks to use during the fall and the winter months. I use these a lot. If you watch my readings, I use these a lot. But I retire them come spring, and I am in North America in Pennsylvania, so it is just about spring here. Like spring is like in the air. I don't know. Our weather's kind of crazy. It's spring, but it goes back and forth. You'll have spring and then you'll have snow again. And but anyways, I usually retire these come summer. eh, in the springtime, summer, whenever the weather finally shifts to where it's nice all the time, I end up retiring these to my shelf and I don't pull them back out until fall because that way I'm more excited about seeing them and the energy's higher and things like that in them. So, and then it forces me to use my other decks as well. So, I feel like that's too many. I flipped it on accident. So let's take a look and see what it is that you need to know today. So, how is everybody? Let me know in comments how you're doing. Thank you for being here. I am so appreciative to have you guys as part of the group. I will be doing some live readings more. I've been working on getting readings set up to where I have time to do more lives. So if you are here and you are in the comments, let me know like what times work for you, what kind of lives you would like to see if you want like daily information, past life. Like I have so many different decks. I can't bring them all with me, so um if you have any advice on what you would like to see, please do let me know. And that would help me out a lot with understanding, uh, what's to come with the anticipation of readings, right? Okay, so let's take a look at our reading. We're going to pull it over. We have altitude as our first card. So this is all about seeing things from a new perspective. Our next one is creation. So a rebirth, a new birth, a beginning of something, right? That is your creation. Anytime we have altitude with beginning, that has to do with if you want something new to come into your life, you need to raise your energies. You need to open your perspective. You need to be willing to see things from a new way, right? You need to be willing to see beyond your limitations, go beyond your fears. Anytime we have the altitude energy, that also comes in with space. So you might need clarity. You might need to maybe leave the city and go to the country and clear your mind. Altitude has a lot to do with less things to distract you, right? The higher up you go, the less there is, right? The more you can see, the clearer things are. So, being able to go somewhere that really allows you to connect to your inner self, to find peace, to see things from all angles, not just one, right? And then that energy, that realization, that aha will allow you to go in the direction that you're wanting to go with starting something new, right? With beginning something again, right? Starting over again, right? The creation is all about adjustment, adjusting to change, right? And so that's what has to do with. Like if you want to make something happen, you have to be willing to see things in a different way in order to allow this new beginning to take place. And then we have discovery. Yeah. The more that you the more that you are willing to step out of your like traditions or step out of your um, routines or belief systems, the more you're willing to expand your mind and your thought process, the more you're willing to bring in other ways of things taking place. And that opens up a whole new discovery, right? That opens up a whole new understanding of things. For some of you, you may not even understand this new beginning yet, but you know it's coming and you feel it, but you don't have a clarity of what you're supposed to do. This card is telling you, get away from the noise. Get away from the people that are telling you do this or do that. Get away from the distractions and allow yourself to look at things from your heart space. Allow yourself to sit with yourself and just look around. Just look within and just understand how this new beginning is meant to fold out. And don't be afraid to get, don't be afraid to get wet. Don't be afraid to get yourself in there. See how they got like the water boots? They don't care. They're jumping in, right? They're making the splash. Don't be afraid to make some noise. Don't be afraid to face your fears, to jump into something that maybe, you're not that isn't going to be calm, and it's going to be a little messy, right? Because it'll all work out in the end, right? It's just water, and you've got the boots, and you can change your clothes, right? So like, don't be afraid to allow your fears of seeing things in a different way to stop you from this new beginning that could give you so many new discoveries that you really truly can handle. You can handle these, right? And then you have obedience. Yeah, there is there's a spiritual connection here. And there might be certain things that you need to do in the right steps. Okay? So spirit might slow you down. Spirit might redirect you because you are being guided to see things from a new perspective, to welcome this new beginning, to face your fears, to jump in, but at the same time, you also want to be obedient because that is where the universe is going to be guiding you. If you if you're not listening, then you're going to miss the guidance, right? So this is all about, are you being obedient to yourself? Are you trusting yourself? Are you allowing this energy to direct you? Or are you being defiant? Right? Do you feel the universe telling you to do this, and you know that this is what you're supposed to do, but you do something else, and your gut is like, no, and but you do it anyways, right? That's what the obedience has to do with. Okay. Consultation is all about communication, right? There's going to be a need to sit down and talk and discuss things, right? Things are going to need to be discussed and worked out. Avoidance is not going to be um, avoidance is not going to be capable at this particular time. Like, the universe is going to make sure that everything works out, but it works out in a way that brings abundance to you. It brings healing to you, right? Some people might be territorial. You might be a territorial person, and you might have some of this energy coming in with someone not wanting this situation to happen, right? Not someone being overprotective, right? Someone not allowing this situation to take place. So I feel like you are protected spiritually because we have this obedience here, which I instantly felt like it was spirit coming in. Because dogs have a tendency of being very obedient to their owners, right? They have a tendency of paying attention and watching, and if you say come here, sit, go, they have a tendency of wanting to listen, right? I mean, they may go off and do their own thing at the same time, but at the most time, they're usually a very obedient animal, right? So I feel like the universe is saying to you, look, use this as a right now, use this as a learning, right? Just open your perspective of things, see things from a new perspective, trust the universe has you, Be ready for these new beginnings because they're going to come in. Be open to new things that you may not have thought about, but it's okay because the universe is going to have your back, right? The universe is going to be the boots. The universe is going to be the raincoat, right? The universe is going to have your back while you're going through all these new discoveries of yourself, of the situation, of your life, right? You just got to make sure that you answer the call when the universe comes in, when spirit comes in. Make sure you answer the call. Make sure that you trust yourself and trust the universe and your ancestors and spiritual team enough to know that when you're called to do something, it is time for you to do it. It is time for you to move in that direction, right? And be willing to talk it out if you can. I'm not saying in all situations you might be able to. In some situations you might not be able to talk it out. But talk to the universe, right? Keep your communication open with spirit. Trust that the abundance that's coming in is going to give you everything that you need to move forward with confidence. And it's okay to have protection. It's okay for someone to be very protective over the situation. Just make sure that it's the right protection, right? So like wolves are very territorial. They have a tendency of protecting their family and guarding their energies and things like that. And spirit will step in and protect you and guard you in the situations as well. Just make sure that this territorial issue is not ego. Just make sure that wherever it's coming from, whoever's is displaying it, whether it's you or somebody else, that it's not an ego, that it's coming from a balanced and open understanding of things. Okay, because some people might not want to see this new beginning for you because this new beginning, this new creation coming in by the universe, they might not want to see it because it doesn't include them. So therefore you might have some resistance there. So just be careful that the energy that's being put out there is the correct energy. And then we have essentials. So as long as you have what you need on this new discovery, on this new journey of discovery, as long as you have what you need, which is that's what the universe does. The universe really supplies your needs, right? As long as you have what you need, you're not really going to want anything, right? The universe is going to make sure that all of your needs are met. And so therefore, with your perspective, with your heart space, you're not going to want anything because of that. But obedience requires determination. Yeah, this is a great card for over top of this because when the universe asks you to do something, you have to have determination. You have to be determined to make it happen. You have to step forth and do your part. The universe will do its part, but it's also going to require you to do your part. And you have to have determination to stick to whatever it is that you start. Whatever it is that you start, make sure you finish it. Stick to it to the end, right? And then we have obsession. Oh, there goes my dog. So that's a perfect example of um we're right on the right cue, right? I always take stuff like that as a heads up, right? So obsession, right? Be mindful because this consultation, this it's over top of the consultation card. So there might be somebody who is just really obsessed with this whole situation with you or whatever. It might be an unhealthy situation for some. M- eh, just be mindful that you are aware of this false energy coming in because something when you are obsessed with something, it's because there's a lack of something. So so just remember with this obsession card that you might need to sit and talk with somebody about a situation. This this might be a decision that you need to make and maybe whoever's involved is not exactly happy with this decision that you need to make, right? So just be honest, ask the universe to help you see the truth in all things. And trust that miracles are happening, right? Things are going to work out in a way that is meant for you. In this process, you want to make sure that you are staying grounded. You want to make sure that you are doing your inner work because the more inner work that you do on yourself, the more grounding that you do, the more balanced that you are, the more the universe the frequencies can align for your highest good. Okay, so try to make sure you're doing the work that you need to do for yourself and that you're staying grounded in this situation, and trust that things are going to work out in a way that helps everybody. Okay, one of the things you want to look at in this situation is the fact that the universe brings you things. If something comes to you in a chaotic way and it's very chaotic and it's not healing, it's not balanced, if it's very chaotic, that's probably not for you. Usually the universe, if the universe is working to bring you something, it's going to bring you something in a calm, balanced, uh, loving kind of manner. Like it's if it is a bad situation and it is really like all over the place, that is usually not the universe in that energy, right? That could be somebody trying to manipulate something, that could be somebody trying to spellbound whatever. It could be a path that you're on that you think is right, but it's not actually aligned with where you're supposed to be going. If it's chaotic, it's usually a good sign that the universe is not for that. Okay. If a situation happens and everything starts to go south and everything's gone bad, that's usually a sign that something's not right. Um, but if you are doing something and everything just seems to line up, everything just seems to go smoothly. If you start to be worried about this, but then all of a sudden it unfolds and problem solved, that's the universe. That's the universe working with you. That's the universe working according to your plan. That's the universe helping things to unfold in a smooth manner. So be mindful. If something comes in and it just feels off and it don't feel right, be mindful about that situation, okay? Because that could be the chaos that's trying to come in to sabotage, right? Whatever this is that's unfolding for you with this new beginning. So have faith. With abundance, you want to make sure that you are coming from a place of gratitude. So every day, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything that I will experience in this day. Thank you for allowing me to have this moment, and please help me to be whatever I need to be for anybody that comes along in my path, right? And then at the end of the day, thank you for this day and for everything that I've experienced. Thank you for allowing me to have this time, because gratitude really is what grows abundance. The more grateful you are, the more you receive. Okay, and abundance comes in all ways, not just one. It can come in miracles. A lot of abundance is in miracles, right? So trust that the abundance that's coming in is meant for you. Hold that space within you, because that's where the universe is going to communicate, okay, with you. So always make sure you allow time for you to set with the universe and connect with the universe and understand the messages that are coming in just for you, okay? Because that's going to be the help that you need, the miracles that you need, the advice that you need to give you the determination, the obedience, the words that you need to communicate with. It's going to help you to identify that fake energy coming in. It's going to help you to release your own obsessions as with things as well, and to just help you move through this energy in a more productive, more satisfying, grounding way. Okay, I hope this reading has helped you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.